Alpha.
Tell me one question, what's the first lens you ever owned? I know the answer to that question. It's either a 50mm f1.8 or a 24-70. I cannot be lying about that. So yeah, that's what we're talking about today, the 50mm f1.4 from Sony. Check this out. What's poppin'? This is Ofentse Mwase. I'm chilling in the stew with MK and Goo. So we got involved in a beautiful project with the Sedibeng Marines band. This is a brass band that's based in Naval, and they play the most amazing music I think you're ever gonna see. And one thing I can tell you right now, guys, if you really want to experience the true passion that these guys have and how amazing they sound, you definitely have to see them live. So if there's ever a concert and you want to check them out, please go do it because you will not regret it. These guys are insane, they're incredible. So we were fortunate enough to do this Sony project with them where we got to test out Sony's new 50mm f1.4 E-mount lens. This lens is superb, so let's chat a little bit about it. First things first, let's talk about the bokeh. Obviously, it's a 1.4 lens. That means you can shoot with this lens during the day, you can shoot with it at night, and it will be able to expose beautiful photos for you as well as video. So I really love the bokeh on this lens. It's so smooth, it's gorgeous. This lens is kitted out with XA glass technology, which is extreme aspherical. The way that it's made is really incredible because it helps you get the best bokeh that you can get out of a lens. The bokeh is so clean, it doesn't have any fringing on the sides, and it just comes out perfect. Like the balls that you see from your lens, they come out so clean that you get some of the clearest quality and resolution out of this lens that you can ever get. It's kitted out with 11 aperture blades, which help you control your exposure perfectly. And then the cool thing about it is that this lens has a D-click on it, so you can choose to click onto the aperture ring or make it smooth so that you can have like beautiful shots where you can control your exposure when you're going from either maybe you're doing a scene where it happens inside the house and then you want to go outside. So you can smoothly control your aperture and the shots come out perfectly. So the 11 aperture blades look gorgeous. As soon as you stop down your aperture to from f4 to f16, you'll be able to get some beautiful bokeh and some beautiful expositions when it comes to shooting the sun or high highlighted things that are on your picture. This lens also has XD linear motors, which is extreme dynamic linear motors that are fitted onto the lens. So the awesome thing about it is that it'll be able to focus better on whatever points that you have on your lens. It'll be able to catch on there, and it's extremely quiet. Like the mechanism that's inside this lens moves around at the speed of light. I don't know which other way to to describe it. I think one thing that I noticed is that when you have more ND in there, the lens does struggle a little bit, but which is not a big problem because you can always do manual focus, especially with the type of stuff that we were filming on this project. We were shooting a lot of instruments, and obviously with instruments it means your focus can go everywhere, all over the place. So I found myself doing a lot of manual focusing on some of the shots. The fact that the lens is so small and compact, it helped me actually catch my focus so much easier because everything is within reach when I'm holding the camera in my hands. The autofocus points were amazing. It was able to lock onto the eye whenever I'm shooting either one of the characters that we were shooting. And then when I wanted to shoot instruments, that's when I used a lot of manual focusing because obviously the lens won't know where I want to put the focus exactly. So it was a great thing that I was able to actually control it myself, and I was able to get my shots. The autofocus on this camera is pretty smooth. It's beautiful because you can still use it when you're shooting high frame rate, like 120 or 100 frames per second. I think we shot 100 frames per second for this one. I didn't go full on 120, and I feel all the shots came out beautifully. My focus was able to lock onto my characters perfectly, and I was able to get the shots that I needed. The autofocus is super smooth, and I just love how it comes out. I love that it has 2 customizable buttons on the lens where you can set them to whatever you want. If you want to roll from the camera or from your lens, you can still set it there, and you'll be able to click one of the buttons to set it. So you can set those buttons to whatever you want, and I feel like it's an awesome thing that they did for the lens to put 2 of them. I think that's pretty special. If you already have filters from other lenses, the sister lenses of this one, maybe the 50mm f1.2, the good news is that the ring on the lens fits the same kind of ring, so you won't be needing to get like a different ring adapter so that you can put your favorite filters on this lens. My other favorite thing about this lens is just the weight. It's slightly smaller than the 50mm 1.2, and it's definitely lighter. So lighter always means you'll be able to operate your camera much smoother and much lighter, because you won't be having this big bulky lens that's too weighted for you in front of the camera. So with this lens, you'll be able to get into tight spaces, fit it onto your gimbal, which we did use a lot on this project, and it's able to just be smooth on all the shots. The fact that it's so light, it means it's not too heavy on the gimbal, and it'll be able to be catching all the shots as clean as you want them to be. And yeah, it was pretty much a fun lens. I think I love the quality that you get out of it. Like, it's got super high resolution that's just perfect for all the users that you need out there, and we were able to use this lens and make the best out of it just straight from the box without having to fiddle too much. I really enjoyed using the lens. Guys, check it out. That's a 50mm f1.4 from Sony, which is a Sony E mount. A beautiful lens. It's coming in at a nice price as well. It'll be more reasonable for a lot of creators who are doing like smaller projects, or if you want your first 50mm f1.4, this is the lens that you'll be able to get. So thank you, Sony, for bringing in another awesome lens that I feel is definitely needed for us creators. And let's go out there and create and make some awesome projects. See you guys on the next video.